Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are the topics we discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the topics we discussed? Hmm? Discuss. Discuss, are you there? So continuing with the previous topic. So today we will be discussing about, okay, so to brush up whatever we have studied in the previous class. Please mute and keep. So we discussed different locations of styles, how we can embed a CSS document to an HTML document. Okay, so there are three ways: inline styles, embedded, or we call it as internal, and or else we call it as last one, the external style sheet. Okay, and coming to the selectors, there are different types of selectors: element selectors, universal selector, group selector, class ID, attribute, pseudo selectors, and contextual selectors. Okay, I have given example for all this. Okay. Then coming to the values, what are the different ways you can give the values to the color property? Okay, so these are the different ways you can give the value to the color property. Okay. Coming to the units, okay, what are the different ways you can give the units? You can give it in terms of pixels, percentage, centimeters, inches, points. Okay, the last topic we discussed is about font properties. Okay, so in font properties we have these. Okay, font family, font size. Okay, so one more where you can get the external font property. Okay, font by using add to font face. Okay, and this is font shorten. Okay, where you can specify different values with just one property, that is font. So you can specify, you have to specify in this same order. So font style, font variant, font weight, font size, and the last you have to specify font family. You have to follow this order. Okay. And moving on to the next topic. Okay. So these are called as the text properties. Okay. So in the exam, you may get at least all the text properties with the example. Okay, they may ask you something like this. Okay, all the text properties with the example. So I'll explain all this with example. Okay, so moving on to the first one. The first one, it is letter spacing. Okay, the first one is letter spacing. So see the difference. Now this is just a blank HTML document. Like I'm not specifying any property. Okay, so this is just blank document. Now I'm using a selector. Okay, I'm just specifying the name of the tag or the name of the element, and inside this I'm writing the property. Okay, so I'm writing letter spacing. Okay. So for paragraph tag, I'm specifying letter spacing. Okay, I can give the value in terms of pixels. Okay, I can give the space between the letters. Okay, the property itself, we can understand what letter spacing property indicates. Okay, it is a space between the letters. Okay, what type of selector we have used here? There are different types of selectors, right? What type of selector is this? What type of selector is this? Arshita? Arshita is there? Nishchita? Nishchita? What type of selector is this?
Inline selector.
Inline selector. Do you have a name?
Paragraph.
Paragraph selector. See, we have only these list of selectors. Okay. So we have only these list of selectors. Class, ID, attribute, element, universal, group, pseudo, and contextual selector. Okay. To which group does this belong to? If I specify like this, to which group does it belong to?
Content select.
Content selector. There is no content selector here. I don't know what better work you have other than studying. Huh? You don't know the name of selectors. 2 days we had no web, 3 days we don't have web class, then forgot everything. Isn't it? Can anybody tell me what type of selector is this? What type of selector is this?
Element selector.
Element selector. Okay. So this is the element selector where you are specifying the name of the just a tag. Okay. So see here, can you see the space between the letters? Okay. So this is what we call it as text property, letter spacing, the first property. Okay. What type of selector is this? If I specify star,
Universal.
Universal selector.
universal selector. What type of selector is this?
Group select.
Hmm? What type of selector?
Group.
Okay, group with selector. Okay. How do you specify class selector?
Dot, ma'am.
Dot followed by
New.
name of the class.
Class name.
Class name. How do you specify ID selector?
Hash.
Hash followed by name of the ID.
Okay, name of the ID. So here I have to give ID and here I have to give hash symbol. Okay. What if I write like this? What type of selector is this? Hmm? What type of selector is this? Hmm?
Attribute.
Attribute, there is no attribute here. There is no attribute, right? There is ancestor descendant relationship. You can see this is ancestor, okay, or I can call it as parent child relationship, correct? Where you have this parent child or ancestor sibling descendant relationship.
Contextual.
Contextual selector.
Contextual.
Okay, contextual selector. Okay. So what does this indicate? If I write div greater than p, so it will select all the direct childs of, okay, div. Okay. So whichever paragraph that comes as a child under a div will be selected. So these two paragraphs will be made letter spacing 10 pixels. Okay. So yeah, so that is about text property letter spacing. Okay. So one more, next one, line height. Okay, make a note of this. Okay, shortly I'll be sharing the notes. Okay, which can take two values. Okay, this line height can take two values. Either it can take normal or it can take any values in terms of pixel or units or any unit. Okay, or in terms of points or centimeter. I will give in terms of pixel. Okay, 10 pixel. Okay, line height. Okay, height. Okay, between two lines, what should be the height? Okay, if I change this value, you can see the difference. Height. Okay, height between the line. So it can take the values in terms of units or it can take normal. Okay, normal is by default. So the next one is list. Okay, so I will create a list. Okay, we have already studied about a list. Okay, I will create a list. Okay, with two items. What type of list is this? What type of list is this? What are the different types of list we have? How many types of list we
Ordered
have?
list.
Ordered list,
Unordered list.
unordered list, and one more,
List.
definition list. Now what type of list I have used? Nitesh Kumar. Nitesh Kumar, what type of list is this? Nitesh Kumar, what type of list is this? What type of list is this?
Unordered.
Unordered, ma'am.
Unordered list. How do you write ordered list? What is the change I have to do for ordered list?
OL, ma'am.
OL.
Instead of UL, OL, ma'am.
Okay, we have to give OL. Okay. So this is a property, okay, which is meant for list. Okay. So list, usually if you see, the list will be displayed in bullets. Okay, if at all you want to give image, okay, in the place of bullets, okay, for another list you get bullets by default. Okay, you have to give image. Okay, then you have to use this property list style image URL and specify the name of the image or path of the image. You can see. Okay. So now you are getting, instead of bullet, you will be getting the name, that image you have specified in the URL. Okay. So here you have to specify the name of the image. Okay. And next one is least style type. Least style type. So least style type can take different values. Okay. Okay, so here by default it will be in a solid, right? Solid circle unit. Okay, if we want something like a disc or a circle, you can see here difference. Now you see by default it was a solid, correct? A solid dot. Okay. Now I had given least style type circle, so that is why you are getting here a circle. Okay. So like this you have different values. Disc. Okay, so this is called as a disc. Okay, you can change it to circle. Okay. So like this you have different values. Okay. I'll just give a small more information about this. This is I will type. Okay. So these are different values you can give here. So you can go for disk, okay, which is by default, okay, which look like a circle which is filled, okay. So these are different values, decimal, okay. If you are going for ordered list, okay, if you are going for ordered list, then you can give decimal numbers, okay, or you can give, okay, upper alpha, okay, see the difference, upper alpha. Here, suppose if this is a ordered list, okay, this is a ordered list. If this is a ordered list, then least style type, okay, by default, it will come in decimal number, right? 1, 2, okay. But suppose if I give upper alpha here, lower alpha, okay, it will be in A, B, okay. So similarly, you can give it in terms of upper alpha, okay, lower alpha, lower Roman, square, okay. You can give, if it is, see here, this is square and all you can give only for the unordered list, okay. So if it is ordered list, only you can give for upper alpha, lower Greek, lower Latin, okay. These are different values. Upper Greek, okay, upper Latin, so this like this it will appear, okay. Upper Roman, like 1, 2, 3 numbers, okay. So these are different values, okay. I'll just execute this. See this. Okay. So here, see here, they have used class attribute. Okay. How did they do? First, they have specified the name of the tag. Okay. And they have used dot a. Okay. So you can, instead of specifying like this, you can just write the class name. Okay. That is also fine. Okay. You can need not specify the tag name. Okay. You can just specify dot name of the class. Okay. So here, so this is circle, this is square, okay, this is upper Roman, and this is lower alpha. Okay. Yeah. So moving on to the next one, text align. Okay, text align. I will delete this. So text align can take 4 values: left, right, center, justify. So just same as the one you can find in the Word document. Okay, the Word document you can align the text to the left, right, justifying, or you can align it to the center. Okay, same way. Okay. So I'll give the value center. You can see all the paragraphs will be in the center. Okay. So same way you can give the value as justify. Okay. So like this. Okay. Or you can give it as right. Okay. So it will be right aligned. Okay, it will be right aligned, or you can give the value left. Okay, these are different values. So the next one is text decoration. Text decoration. So this will take 4 values. Okay, underline, none, overline, or line through. Okay. So first I'll give underline. So underline means the text will be underlined. Okay. Or you can go for overline. Overline. So above the text, you'll be having a line, overline. Okay. Line through. So line through, it is very important. You have seen in some websites. Now the price is 100. They will strike, and below they will give. Okay, it is only 90 rupees. Okay. So this strike symbol is used. Okay, line through. Okay. So it will give a strike line, or by default you can specify none. It is by default, you need not specify also. So if you don't want any style decoration, you can specify none. Okay, so these are the different values: underline, none, overline, line through. Okay, so next one, text direction. Okay, so text direction will take 2 values: LTR. Okay, left to right. Okay. So you are taking the text from left to right. Okay, left side to right. Okay, or you can go for RTL. So right to left. Okay, right to left. Okay, so these are the 2 values: left to right or right to left. Okay, so by default it will be displayed. Direction. Okay, it is not the text direction, it is direction. Direction property. So a small mistake, it is not text direction. The name of the property is just direction. Okay. So direction will take 2 values. One is left to right or RTL. Okay, right to left. Okay. So the next one, okay, I will comment this. Next one is text intent. Make a note of this. Next class, please don't answer I don't know. Okay. Text intent, 10 pixel. Okay, indentation. Okay. If I give text intent, you can see a space here. Okay, indentation. Okay, so before we start a paragraph, we need a small space. Okay, the first paragraph, text intent. Okay, 20 pixels is a change. You get more, little more space. Okay, So you can use this text intent when you are writing paragraphs. Okay, text intent. So which will take the values, okay, in terms of pixel, pp or centimeters, any unit you can use. Okay. Next one is a text shadow. See here, this and all you have to remember all the text properties, okay, with the values. Okay, if you practice, then it will be easy to remember. Okay. Text shadow. Okay. So we'll be giving three values. Okay, for example, 10 pixel. Okay, then 2 pixel. Okay, and red. Okay, see here. Can you see? So this is a shadow. Okay, shadow of whatever we have written. Okay, it will be a shadow. So here, how the shadow? So first you are specifying 10 pixel, that is horizontal shadow. Okay, horizontal shadow. Okay, this is 2 pixel, it is vertical shadow. Okay, so vertical shadow, so it is in 2 pixel. And what is the color of shadow? It is in red color. Okay, so this is the text shadow. Okay, the first indicates horizontal shadow, vertical shadow and color of the shadow. Okay. Next one is text transformation. Text transform. So this can take 4 values. Okay, none, capitalize, okay, lowercase, uppercase. Okay, capitalize, none, lowercase, uppercase. Okay. So what will happen if we give capitalize? The first letter you can see, okay, first letter of every word will be capitalized. Okay, if we give uppercase, okay, all the words, okay, letter will be in uppercase. Like this only you can give lowercase. Okay, by default it is none. Okay, so the next one is vertical align. Vertical align top. Here you cannot see the difference. Vertical align top. Okay, so it is the same one which you can find in Word documents. We align top, we align middle, we align bottom. So this will take 2 values, 3 values, top, bottom and middle. Okay, so make a note of this. Vertical align will take 3 values, top, bottom and middle. Okay, so the next one is word space. Okay, same as letter spacing, we have word spacing. Okay, the space between the words. Okay, the space between the words. So this is all about text properties. Okay, any doubt in this? So Manu, what are the text properties? Can you list all the text properties? Manu, Manu, are you there? Okay, what are the text properties? List all the text properties.
Indentation.
Indentation. Give the property name. Exact property name. Text hyphen indent. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If I write indentation, it will not work. You have to give the property name. Text hyphen indent.
Then the pixel red.
Uh,
Text shadow.
text hyphen shadow. Then
Text hyphen transform.
text hyphen transform.
Vertical align.
Vertical align. Next. Next, Mustak. Mustak. ಮಲಗಿದ್ಯಾನಾ ಮುಸ್ತಕ್? So no attendance for Mustaq. Okay. Nikhil Raj. Nikhil Raj. Okay, continue.
Text align.
Text align.
Text decoration.
Text
Text
decoration.
text direction.
Text hyphen direction. Okay, text hyphen direction. I said you have to make a change. It is not text hyphen direction, just direction.
Direction,
Okay.
yeah.
Just direction then.
Text
For word spacing and letter spacing, how will you write? If you want space between the word or letter. Parikshit. 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 No attendance for Parikshit today. If you don't answer, you will not get the attendance. Manoj Bhatt. Manoj Bhatt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Word hyphen spacing.
Word hyphen spacing then?
Then pixels.
Okay.
Then pixels.
Okay, we have to give the value in terms of pixels. Okay. Moving on to the next topic. We are done with the text properties. Okay. Next one is background properties. Okay. This also you will get the question. Explain the background properties with the example. Okay. So there are different properties: background, background attachment, background color, background image, background position, background repeat, and background size. Okay. So we will look into all this with the example. So first I will explain. Okay, so here the tag name I have given body. Okay, it's an element selector. Okay, for the entire body I'm specifying background, color, pink. Okay. So this is how you can give the background color. Okay. Next, if you want background image, you can specify the URL, and you can specify the name of the image. So you can see here the background image. Okay, so this is a background image. So next one, if you are going for the lengthy paragraph, now see here, when I scroll, the background is fixed, correct? The background doesn't move. The background image doesn't move. Okay. Now see the difference. background attachment, which you can specify two values, fixed or scroll. Okay, fixed or scroll. Now you see. Can you see only the text move? Correct. The background is fixed. Okay. You won't see the background moving. Background is fixed. Okay. If I give scroll, see here. Even the background moves along with the text. Okay. So this is background attachment, which you take two values, background fixed or scroll. Okay. Next one is background position. So this takes value center, bottom, left, right. Okay. So you can give the value center, left. Okay. So it will be center align. Okay. Position. Okay. Or you can give the value left position. Okay. So it will be left. Right. See the difference. It will be right align. Okay. The position will be right align. Okay. Similarly, you can give bottom. Okay. So these are different values. Background position, center, bottom, left, or you can give right. Okay. Next, one more. Background repeat. Okay. So background repeat. So this takes four values. Okay, repeat the background. So what you see here, the background is repeating, correct? I have just specified one image tree, but that is repeating, correct? So it is repeating till you end the window. Okay, and there it is repeating. Okay, so if I give no repeat, it takes four value, repeat x, repeat y, or no repeat. Okay, so if I give no repeat, okay, only once the image will be displayed. Okay, only once you can see the image. Okay, it will not repeat the entire screen. Okay, you can also give repeat -x. Okay, horizontally it will be repeating. Okay, horizontally once it will repeat. Okay, here horizontally once it will repeat. X is for horizontal. If I give y, it will repeat vertically. So you can see vertical it is repeating. Okay, only once it will repeat vertically, or by default it is repeat. Okay, you can give just a repeat. Okay, or it is by default it is repeat. If you don't give also, that is fine. Okay, that is repeat, background repeat. One more is background size. Background size, the size of the background image. Okay, so you can give, for example, 100 pixel. See the difference? Size. Okay, the size of the background. Okay, so background image. Okay, so there is one more which we call it as background shortened. Okay, same you have studied font, right, where you can specify multiple values like style, size, family. Okay, then weight and all in one just font property. Same way you can use background where you can specify multiple values. Okay, see here I am specifying. Okay, this you can comment. I am commenting to here. Okay. So I'm specifying the color. So you have to follow this order. Okay. First you have to specify the color. Okay. Then you have to specify image, background image. Okay. Then you have to specify the background repeat. Do you want to repeat or not? Okay, can you repeat X, repeat Y, or no repeat? Then background attachment. Okay, you can give fixed or scroll. Okay, I'm giving fixed. Then background position, I'm giving it as a center. Okay, so all these values you can specify in just one background. Okay, property, or we call it as background shorten. Okay, see here, light blue image, it will not repeat. It is just only once it is displayed, and it is fixed. Okay, it is fixed. Okay, it will not move when you move the scroll bar. Okay, and it is a center aligned. It is center aligned. Okay, so this is all about background properties. Any doubt in this? Any doubt? Bhagyashree, Bhagyashree,
Yes,
Bhagyashree.
ma'am.
Okay, what are the background properties? List all the background.
Background attachment, background position, background image,
Mm,
background repeat.
mm. Then
That's it,
background,
ma'am.
background size.
Background size.
Okay, one more is just a simple background. Okay,
Okay. Uh,
so moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next we are going to study about the next property, that is border. Okay, so how you can view the border. Okay, so how you can specify the width of the border, color of the border, image. Okay, so I'll explain this with the example. So for the div, okay, I have a div. For this, I'm specifying border. Okay, so I can specify the border style. So how the border should be. So it can take different values. Okay, solid. Okay, solid means just a line. Okay, it is just a line. Say otherwise you can use dashed, dotted, double, inset, or outset. Okay, so you can give solid, dotted, dashed, double, inset, or outset. Okay, so I'll give one more, dashed. Okay. So you can see the difference. There will be in a dashed, inset. Like this, it will be outset. So dotted. So these are different values. Okay. And next, you can specify the width of the border. Okay. You can specify in terms of pixels. Okay. Usually, you can specify it in terms of pixels, 10 pixels, or you can also give thin or medium. Okay. And then you can specify the color of the background. I mean border. Specify. Can give in terms of different values like hexadecimal value or RGB value for color. Okay, I'm just specifying the name of the color. Okay, you can give even RGB values. Next one is border radius. Okay, see the difference when I use radius. Okay, 2 pixel. Okay, you will get, see the difference in the corner. Okay. See the difference in the corner. Okay, you will get rounded corner. Okay, so it is used to get the rounded corners. Okay, and the last one you can specify even the background image. Okay, so there is one more, you can specify the background image where you have to give same as URL. Okay, you have given for border, background. Okay, same way you can specify for border image. Okay, so this is about border, border style, border width, border color, border radius, and border image. Okay, so there is one more like same as background shorten. So this is a border shorten. Okay, where you can specify all the three values together. Okay, but you have to follow this order. The order is important. Okay, first you have to specify style, width, and color. Okay, so here I will comment this. Okay. Border. First you have to specify style. Okay, I will give it as double. Then border width 20 pixel. Okay, and I will give red. Okay. So this is a shorthand where you can specify all these three values together. Okay, border style, border width, and border color. Okay, but you have to follow this order. Okay, so this is one of the very important, okay, property. Okay, so which will be used most of the time. Okay, border. Okay, so normally we don't give like this. Okay, separately we use just one single border to specify all the values. Okay, so this is about border properties. Okay, so today we discussed about text properties, background properties, and border properties. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So answer attendance. Chaitanya Krishna, Swati Priya,
Present, ma'am.
Afzal Khan,
Present, ma'am.
Akhil,
Yes, ma'am.
Amoga,
Yes, ma'am.
Anusha,
Yes, ma'am.
Aishat Fariza, Bhagyashree,
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra, Chandrika,
Yes, ma'am.
Chaya Hegde,
Yes, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha TD,
Yes, ma'am.